You are welcome once again, great Biafrans and the world at large. Good evening from my base. I am your serviceable servant, evangelist Inima Carlo, who hail from Ohafia and domiciled in the city of Valencia, Spain. And this is Biafra Sunday School with us, the IPOB Truth Bearers. It is through this Biafra Sunday School we educate our people, presenting our people necessary information, necessary education, guiding our people psychologically primarily, and to ensure that our people do not remain on the track of derail, to draw them back to the right track of freedom, because we are freedom fighters, we are freedom agitators. Different people with their different kinds of weapons. Different people depend on different kinds of formidable weapons, but our own formidable weapon is the truth. That is the reason we anchor on the truth. That is the reason the truth is our motto. The truth is our mantras. The truth is our slogan. The truth is what we live with and live by. The truth is what we represent and what goes before us. We prioritize the truth above every humanity that exists on this earth, because human beings can compromise, but the truth cannot be compromised. The truth cannot compromise. The truth may be delayed by anybody, but can never be denied and can never be stopped. And we cannot keep to live in pretense and in denial. So we must keep on setting the record straight, because that is what we are known for. Because that is our culture, it is our custom. We are IPOB Truth Bearers, and the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said Biafra's agitation is established on the truth, and he will destroy the Zoological Republic of Nigeria only with the truth, without shooting gun. And we see him doing it. We see him being successful on that. And we come to join him, to assist him in speaking the truth, in keeping on destroying the satanic Nigeria, in keeping on destroying all satanism from around the globe, educating our people, because our people have been deluded for centuries. That is the reason that the enslavement over us Biafrans for centuries have lasted. But this time around, it cannot continue that way. There must be changes. And there can never be changes when there is no changes from our orientations. When there are no changes from our people's habits, in our attitude, in our mindset. So, because development begins from mind development. When we lack mental development, we cannot actually develop infrastructurally and otherwise. We keep on antagonizing each other. But when there is mental development, we begin to understand ourselves. We begin to orchestrate on how we should be living in love and harmony among ourselves. So these are the fundamental factors we need. And as the Biafra agitation progresses, we are beginning to filter the grains from the wheat, knowing who are who. You know, many people have been living in pretense. We never could identify who those who are green snakes in green grass. But with time, and as time progresses, they are beginning to unveil themselves by their characters. They might hide their evil with their lies and truth, but with time, then when their character can no longer be curtailed, then they will begin to manifest and begin to expose themselves. Everybody will begin to see their nakedness. Even they will begin to dance naked in the market without them knowing what they are doing. And they're thinking that they are still in order without knowing. But we are sensible, because a parable says when someone is bathing and a mad person comes to collect the person's clothes and run away, it does not make any sense for the person to be naked and to be chasing after the mad person, because whoever sees the two will conclude that two mad people are running, pushing themselves along the street. without knowing what really happened. And it is also true, because the reasonable person has lost his senses by being naked to be pursuing another person who is naked, and fail to realize that he is exposing, or she is exposing, his or her nakedness to the public. So that is how the game plays. But we who are sensible, we also have, we have dimensions on how to follow things. That is the reason we keep on moving. That is the reason we keep on progressing. That is the reason we are IPOB truth bearers. People can tackle us in various ways, but they cannot succeed, because they can do nothing against the truth, but only for the truth. After running up and down, they must come back to support the truth, because without the truth, freedom is impossible. Liberation is impossible. Biafra restoration is impossible without the truth. That is the reason we have prized the truth more than every other thing. And we can never let the truth slip from our hand. That is the reason we always come to bless Biafrans, to bless the world with the word of truth, for bringing the realities to the table, the hidden, the tricks, the duplicity they are hiding from you, with which they play over your intelligence. We debunk, we expose, we dissect. Then you come to proper comprehension of what is really playing out before you. You may not understood us previously, but now you can understand us better, because a time has come when our words, our comments are just immediately evidential. It is no longer the time when we say, okay, wait for 10 months, wait for this. You see it evidentially. And those who believe they are all in all are now hiding their faces in shame, because their lies can no longer sustain the test of time. Because this is a very important time. As you see, a Nigeria election is approaching, and we are preaching no election in Biafra land. They may go and conduct their election wherever they want to conduct, but we are preaching no election in Biafra land, because we have come to the realization that Nigeria election can never in any way favor Biafra restoration. Anybody telling you about political solution is a deceiver, and the person is a person of interest. And these are the things some of the so-called IPOB members are playing. So what do they have in contrast to the oppressive Nigerian government over us, the Biafrans? Look at the way the military occupy our streets, intimidating our people, oppressing our people in our own land. Those whom we do not know where they come from, coming to our communities, including intimidating our mothers, our elder sisters and younger sisters, raping and uselessing them, taking them at will, holding them hostage in their camps, raping them for months before releasing them. And in the process, many will contact sickness. In the process, we will no longer hear about some of them anymore. Whether they are still alive or not, or dead, nobody can really tell. How long can we continue this way? That is the reason you must lend us your ears. That is the reason you must lend us your sincerity. Don't forget about the crowd. Just believe in the truth. Because if you follow the crowd, the misleading crowd, the erring crowd, you also could progress in error. But when you follow the truth, because narrow is the gate that leads to prosperity, that leads to life, that leads to success and freedom, but only few find that narrow way, because the price of that narrow way is very difficult, it is very tough, but it is everlastingly profitable. But the wide gate that leads to destruction, that is where people rush. And so that is the reason that we have gullible majority. We have gullible majority, but the reasonable people are the minority. That is one of the problems we are having. But when you come to this realization, you must pay attention to the truth, and only the truth can set you and I free from the bondages we are into. May God bless you. I pass the microphone to my comrade, Mama Patricia Onwumere. So give your preliminary words to Biafrans and introduce yourself as we march forward.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Mazi Collins.
God bless you.
Biafrans, Here we come again today, 25th December. We are here on ground. And as usual, we are here to propagate the truth that has been impacted into us. The Bible says you should buy the truth, know the truth, and sell it not. You don't trade with truth because truth is life. Truth is health. Truth is prosperity. And that was the truth that has been from the beginning. Until the end of the world, the truth will still remain. Bury it, it will come forth. So you cannot destroy it, and you cannot bury it. So, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the honorable servant of the Most High God, who he brought to our very time to tell us, to reveal to us what we should do to be a free people. He didn't waver. He didn't retreat. He kept on moving forward with the truth, not minding the challenges he had in his ways, not minding all the buffets, not minding everything that was being thrown against him. He continued because he knew that truth would prevail at the end, because he knew that you can only kick against the bricks and hurt your foot as far as you're fighting against the truth. And that truth is freedom to humanity, freedom to black race, freedom to Africans, and especially freedom to the children of God, the Biafrans. And he stood on it, persevered until this very moment that we are in now. And up to this very time, a lot of promises has been given to him. His enemies are afraid of him. They are wobbling. But they don't know that he that is with God is greater than them. They don't know that Mazi is the apple of God's eyes. That no matter what weapon they can guard themselves into against him, they will never prevail. They will never prevail. As Pharaoh and Egypt didn't prevail against Moses and Israel, so will Nigeria, Britain, and all cohorts of theirs. So will those in the IPOB leadership, those political solutionists, those that hit outside and they ask who is hitting it behind. Those liars and saboteurs everywhere, they have come at the wrong time. Because Mazi said, Biafra must come. There's nothing anybody can do. There's nothing, not even a spirit, talk less of a man that is born of a woman, will stop the project of God, will stop the mandate of God, will stop the promise of God. God promised him that it will be so, and so shall it be. So, Biafrans, we are here to remind every one of us that we should cling into this truth, that we should stand up to it. Truth is better than luxuries. It's better than your whatever you call it that you're pursuing. Is better. When you have truth, you are a free man, as Mazi is free. Paul said in the Bible, even though I am in prison, chained, but the word of God, the Spirit of God is not chained. He's still going out doing marvelous work. Mazi might be in the prison, and his so trusted friends and brothers might be doing whatever they think they are doing to please their friends or their families or the fraud terrorist government of Nigeria. All of them put together, including Peter Obi, Shame on them all. Soludo, these are agents of the zoological terrorist government of Nigeria. These are their agents. And the so-called leadership of IPOB, the DOS, they forgot that they are fighting with their enemy. They forgot that they should stand with this person there. They are using his name, calling him our leader. They forgot that they should fight against their enemies, but they turn around to fight against their own people so that they can stay their profile, so that they can stay the honor they gave to them, so that they can continue supporting this dead Nigeria as Buhari is dead and left his empty bones at Sudan or wherever he was buried. And then brought up a masked man, Saudi Arabia, thank you, Collins, and brought up a masked man with many faces representing them. They left to fight their enemies. They are fighting their brothers that is sticking to what our leader, Supreme Leader said, that there will be no election in Biafra land, beginning from Anambra, the first song, then down to the rest of Biafra land. What are they saying? They are pretending that they are not in Nigeria, but it's just a game they have planned together. They tell them, go and say this so that it will be that something is being said. They are deceiving themselves because we all know what is going on. They are deceiving themselves. When they finish deceiving themselves, the ground will open and swallow them. Because God is not mocked. God is not mocked. Whatever a man sows, he will reap. You can't bribe God. God is the supreme leader of this whole earth put together, all the governments put together. When his time comes, he will tell them that he has been sitting on his throne, laughing at them. So I'm calling on to you all Biafrans, all of us together. Those remnants is the people I'm addressing. The remnants. Because we have seen that in our midst, the saboteurs are so much. We have seen that in our midst, the Fulani DNA blood, they are many. We have seen in our midst those that are like, how do I call it? This one of the disciples of Jesus Christ,
Judas Iscariot.
Yes, walked with him for 3.5 years, ate with him, did so many things with him, had the secret, yet he's the one that sold him. This is how this so-called leadership and the rest of them that Mazi came to deliver, and they refused deliverance. They refused it. They are dining with their enemies. They are marrying with their enemies. They are living even with their enemies. And they are telling us that they are fighting for freedom, deceiving themselves. The enemies are coming to their territories. Look at what they did at Amafu. Look at the kind of killing they did. Humiliating and mocking killing they did there. And these Irats from Kuwait, Abbas, or whatever they call him, Chinasa Woru, that claims to be the leader of ESN. And the one, Emma Powerful, Emma Powerless, whatever the name is in Ghana. And those them on seat, and the rest of them one by one. They join hand with the Fulanis. They join hand with our enemies. With the agents of Fulanis in our land, like the governors and the senators, all of them put together, not one exempted. The politicians, the Ezes, the chiefs, the businessmen, the Nollywood people, or whatever they call them, actors, all of them, Because even the lawyer, the so-called lawyer, Jumafo and the so on, they are relaxing at Abuja, thinking that all is well, living in the territory of your enemies. Because I promised you, nothing will happen to you. If you like, build high scraper with glasses and gold. The time will come. The same thing they did to those ones at 1967. That will be your reward. But the remnant is the people I'm addressing. Remnants of Biafra. Remnants that Mazi came to rescue from this beast walking on human skins. It's time we get up and join the wagon of the true Biafrans and face this beast squarely. Seeing what they did at Ahamefu, is it not clear to us, as what Mazi told us, the prophet of God, that these people are vagabonds, walking up and down in the desert. They have seen a place where they can relax. That's why they are coming to kill us and then inherit our inheritance, our land. Those that allow them to do it, it will not go well with them. Because Esau tried it, and God hated Esau. Biafrans, remnants, even if we are few, it doesn't matter. What matters is your courage and the truthfulness. God gives us strength to those remnants to defeat these Goliaths, these beasts everywhere. You should not compromise. Stand up to the truth. There will be no election in Biafra land. Obi and the Soludo and the IPOB leadership and the rest of them, they better get ready, because Biafra will come and they will be banished out of Biafra land. All of them one by one. I rest my case here. My name is Patricia and I'm from Anambra, a Biafran. I'm not exchanging or trading my land to any Fulani uncircumcised Philistine. Never. Thank you, Collins. I hand over to you.
God bless you. Really good, Mama Patricia. That's a wonderful introduction and preliminary words. A veteran, take over the microphone. Introduce yourself to Biafrans and the world at large once again, giving them your preliminary word as we forge ahead with this wonderful occasion. Go ahead, veteran.
Thank you, Evangelist Inimako.
God bless you.
Thank you, my sister Patricia. My humble comrades, I salute you. Beautiful and fellow Biafrans, wonderful people of Biafra, I love you so much. I admire your courage. Go ahead and join our leader, the indefatigable leader, not just in words, but in action, in spirit, in truth. Thank you for joining him, the servant of the Most High God, Maazị Okwuchukwu Nnamdi Kanu. He is there, but he is here with us. Because Biafra is a spirit. And whoever will pilot the affairs of Biafra will be a product of the spirit of Biafra. That is what our Onyendu told us, that you must be born with the spirit of Biafra, or you must catch up with it. Because even if you think you are not born with it, but truly you are born with it, it will catch up with you at a time you never expected. Biafra is a spirit. Biafra is freedom. Biafra is light. Biafra is merit, prosperity. That is what Biafra is. That is the land God has prepared for Biafrans. Those who are Biafrans, because it is not all that are called Biafrans are Biafrans. I admire my leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. He's a boy to me, but he is my leader. I joined him for one simple fact, and that is that he is a God sent to deliver, to liberate the people of God from the shackles of the enemy. The enemy are various. The enemy of Biafra are so many. The enemy of Biafra is conspiracy. Britain conspiring with other nations of the globe to stop the coming of the light of God to this planet Earth. Britain conniving and conspiring with other nations to quench this light of God. But they are stupid. They don't know that there is no how you can put off the light of God. You may delay it, but you cannot put it off. It is impossible. And this is what our leader told you. It is impossible for you to put off the light completely. The light must shine. I reminded you what these two small kids at the time of serious apartheid, even though apartheid has not finished in South Africa, it is still there, but in a different form. But when the apartheid was the apartheid that faced every human being, when the children of the land cannot go to school, cannot join the strangers in their schools, when the true owners of the land were pushed to the slum, these two little children, Njeroge and the Mwaki, they always meet at a point. After crying, they will console each other. Stop crying. The light will shine. The light will someday shine. Because it must shine. And that is the assurance our leader gave us. The assurance that he has come with the most dangerous weapon, which is the truth. And he promised all of us, you and me, that he will destroy the zoo with the truth. That is not going to shoot any bullet. The truth is the only bullet. And the truth is God himself. What a wise man. This is the kind of person you will seek. You have to seek. not going to idiots and fools who every day in their life die and whine with their enemies, who every day in their lives accept the position of a slave, accept bondage, who never appreciate freedom. They think freedom is just anonymous, like that of foolish Germany, who called himself a Biafran child. Anonymous. That's what he understood freedom to be. That he has a champagne in his cupboard. He has a schnapp over there, and he can roast a chicken and eat shawarma and go out with his car and come out to the platform with a Chinese coat to tell us that Anamuma, that is not our leader. Our leader came to destroy the zoo without any bullet but truth. And he is so convinced. And this is why he is ever consistent as his sender. No wonder he was chosen. No wonder he is chosen. No wonder he will lead us to that land of plenty. It is most unfortunate that people who came around him, who are worse than the Nigerian politicians, who are worse than the Fulanis in their cabal, they continue to recommend their sisters and their brothers and the townsmen and the Aburus to the leader. Little did he know that those who surround him are the saboteurs with the Fulani DNAs, with the agreement of the so-called elite in Biafra land, the politicians, the senators, the honorable men, the governors, the Ichies, the so-called chiefs. They are not execs, they are chiefs. The so-called Ohanese, who impose themselves on people because nobody endorsed them. They have continued until this day to become disgruntled with God's favorite, disgruntled with God's choice. God knows all of us, and he samples who he will choose for a particular purpose. If you don't like it, go and hug the transformer. It doesn't matter what you do to stop it. Your gang up, your clicking cannot stop what God has put down, what God has sent his servant Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to do. So, Biafrans, we have come again today with that truth. And remember, when our leader says truth, it does not mean that if it comes to the wars, if it comes to taking arms, that we should not take arms. Because this is what those who misunderstand the scriptures continue to say. So today is another Sunday school, a day where we continue with our evangelization, a day when we continue to remind all of us of the truth and the messages left by our leader. Come, my brothers and sisters. Come, the remnants. Come and listen to what the Spirit is saying to you. Listen listeningly. Do not allow yourself to be deceived. God bless you all. I am Silas Honor. I hail from Umulek Amibo. And the Umulek Amibo is in the old Olu province of Biafra land.
And heaven is bearing us witness.
Thank you for joining us.
God bless you, really good veteran. So without further delay, we are going to pray. We are going to pray with our leader, Master Namdekano.
And heaven is bearing us witness. My Lord and my God, do not pray, because I have preaching to do. If you don't have data, go and buy data. Borrow money from people this night to buy data, because we are going to preach as we have been mandated by heaven to do. And there is nothing anybody can do to stop us. All platforms are go. I don't even know how I'm going to preach the gospel tonight, because it is too deep, way too deep, I assure you. Let us begin with a very simple prayer. Ezi onye nwanyi na Chineke nna nke pụrụ ihe niile, onye na-abụghị mmụọ, abụghị mmadụ, ọ bụ naanị ya bụ Chineke nna dị nsọ mgbe niile ebighị ebi. Jehova, Elohim, Adonai, El Shaddai. Ọ bụ ụzọ dị anya ka m ga-esi wee jaa gị mma nna nke ime eluigwe. Ụzọ dị anya ka m ga-esi wee kpọkuo aha nsọ gị n'ime mmụọ na eziokwu. Ka mmeso ọma gị wee gbasa ụmụ gị nna nke ebere dị ngosi. Ka ije gị wee pụta na ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra nna nke ime eluigwe. Ọ bụ ụzọ dị anya ka m ga-esi wee fee gị, n'ihi na ọ bụ naanị gị bụ Chineke. N'ihi na abụ m anụkpa ahụ. N'ihi na ikere eke na-akpụ isi ala nye gị. Mmụọ na mmadụ na-asọpụrụ gị. Lee na kpakpando n'igwe, lekwa anyanwụ, lekwa ọnwa, lekwa ihe niile nke gị onwe ikere eze ebube dị ngozi. Akwa anya esi na ịdị mma. Anyị ụmụ anyị bụ Biafra na ndị nwere onwe na-amasị n'ụwa niile wee gbaa ka ọ n'abalị ige okwu nsọ nke gị, nke ihe ka e wee gbasa ebe ndị dị ndụ nọ. Ka ihe gị wee chaa na ala nsọ bụ Biafra nna nke ime eluigwe, ka i wee dọpụta ụmụ gị n'ọbụ nke ekwensu. Look at the Britain Libera. You were a coach, full on a junction with where was Gandhi. These are not banana you put in over mother dento. I know you book in Canyon and Cabret and goes, Augustina Marage, Neberege. Now you were Zotan and Cabret. Naka join here. You were young, yes, you can see what I'm a ọganihu ịhụnanya mmekọta nwanne na nwanne ka e kwuru wee si n'ụmụ ụmụ nna ya nke igwe wee nye efe ka amara gị nke gị wee bata n'ebe ndị gị nọ, n'ihi na ọ bụ naanị gị bụ Chineke. Anyị wee na-akpụ isi ala nye gị, wee na-aja gị mma, wee na-eto gị, na-asị onye kere eluigwe maka elu ụwa mana nweghị onye kere ya. Ndị mmụọ ozi na-efe wee na-agọzi aha nsọ ya mgbe niile. onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ ebighị ebi ekele otuto nsọpụrụ ịcha mma dịrị sọsọ aha nsọ gị ebughị onye ọzọ ugbu a ma ruo mgbe niile ebighị ebi ka a na-arịọ gị ise
Amen.
I'm sure you have your pen and your paper ready, all of you, all over the world, because we are going to preach.
Fortunately, we don't read it like that. Anybody thinking that IPOB presidency 2023 will stop us? What we want is BIAFRA. And what we're going to get is BIAFRA.
The past. I'm sure that some of you have seen what I call the diplomacy, because I think she's using the kind of to travel. She's been to Lagos, she has been to Calabar, they have been to BIAFRA. I'm sure they have been to one or two places also in the Afan of Biafra land. They have also been to United States to go and see Abdul Salami Abubakar everywhere. And they even invited Tinubu to come and make a speech in the north to try to reinforce, should I say, this unity between the Yorubas and the Fulanis. Why I'm saying this is because history has a very funny way of repeating itself, especially in Africa. And this evening, if we pay attention to what I have to say, it will go a long way in trying to liberate our people from the shackles of mediocrity, stupidity, and neoliberalism. I was in Pharaoh in 1904. I want to try to do something. Our spiritual capital, the spiritual capital of Biafra land, because all of them believe themselves were from a job, and from a job, most of them from Arachipo, of course, you know that for sure. Arachipo, the same way you have the house of Levi or Levi in Israel, is how you have the house of Arachipo as well. They are a priestly clan. They are a priestly clan dedicated to the service and worship of the Almighty God in heaven. To put together our provision in them. Hence their name, Arachipo. That was our temple. Britain had to destroy it in 1904. The reason why they destroyed it was to try to prove to themselves that these people do not have any history. Because the people without history is a lost race. Because if they asked the white man after independence in 1960 about the great Biafran people, and they said that we have no history, they forgot to tell you that they destroyed our temple so that they can bring their own version or understanding or knowledge of God to us. I remember somewhere in Norca, they called this Henry. The Roman Catholic priest was preaching to him, telling him about God and having to give his life to Jesus Christ. And this Henry told him that he is not qualified to preach God to him because he himself is directly descended from God, Almighty in heaven. So we are ancient people that we knew God before anybody else. God and having to give his life to Jesus Christ. And this Henry told him that he is not qualified to preach God to him because he himself is directly descended from God, Almighty in heaven. So we are ancient people that we knew God before anybody else. This is a slight detour, but I'm trying to build a foundation for people to actually, give greater understanding and meaning to what I have to preach this very evening. Arachipo fell in 1904 after many years of war. Even when Arachipo fell, the same way we have ESN today, we formed a committee then. Several sons from Arochukwu traveled all the way to Anioma to go and form a Kumeko that you hear today in Anioma, which is Northern Delta State. And they continued fighting every inch of the way. But let me tell you something, before Nigeria was formed, Britain had to destroy the one spiritual center that brought enlightenment to the people. Without the fall of Arochukwu, there wouldn't have been anyone in Nigeria, because barely 10 years after the fall of Arochukwu, the zoo was created. Effectively, the amalgamation took place, giving birth to this so-called one Nigeria in the year 1914. And let me tell you why Arochukwu fell. And you must pay attention this evening. Arochukwu fell because the white man attacked Arochukwu with about 1,700 very armed men. Attacked our temple in Arochukwu. It's something that Katona Line is doing today. Because anywhere the woman visits, anytime the woman leaves her office in Abuja to travel all over the place, death always follows her. Go and check it anywhere. It was when she traveled to Gansi Tinubu during entrance protest that the army opened fire. That woman is a blood-sucking demon. That's on the line. Listen very carefully to what I feel this evening. After the fall of Arochukwu in 1904, they amalgamated the zoo in 1914. And they asked Lugard, why are you amalgamating the North and the South? He said, because the North is poor. Till today, the North is still very poor, dependent on the South to survive. That is why they have this stranglehold over our oil and gas. The only, should I say, item uniting the zoo together. How did they manage to succeed? How did they manage to succeed in taking Arochukwu? They used the IPOB people to take Arochukwu. It's something they're trying to do today, trying to use BIAFRANs to destroy what IPOB is doing. The same way that the white man used Ghanaians to defeat Nigerians. In those days, they went to Gold Coast, Britain, raised an army, a force called the West Africa Frontier Force. British-led, of course. It was Ghanaians fighting alongside white people that helped them to colonize the place we call Nigeria today. It's a very simple tactic they've used over the centuries. But if you're not educated, if you're not enlightened enough, if you don't have any self-worth nor pride, you won't understand or appreciate what I'm saying. They came to Arochukwu, it fell in 1904. How did it fall? Because there were some people who were criminals, some people who were sold, and because in those days, before they sell you as a slave, you must have committed something. The same way you are today, some of you driven away from IPOB. We chased you away because you are evil. You know what the British did in preceding before 1904? Whenever somebody is cast away from his village, regardless of whatever that crime may have been, in those days they are sold. Some were criminals, some engaged in behavior that was considered so antisocial that they have to remove them from the from the clan itself, which is the highest punishment you can give to anybody who is from Biafra, is to remove them from the Omona clan or his kindred. Do you know what Britain did? Britain waited, kept taking all these people who were disgruntled, took them to Ubuta. You see Ubuta? That was where the house they camped them in Ubuta, waiting and waiting. So those people were very upset, very angry. The same way that some governors are today with IPOB, ESN, the usual way they do things. They camped them at Ubuta until they wanted to launch the final assault on our temple in Arochukwu in 1904. They now went and brought these people. They told them, if you destroy this temple, this is the temple, these are the people that have made your life a misery. These are the people that wanted to sell you. You must now come and help us to destroy them. And I must also warn you so that you must know this. The reason why the likes of Zeke were produced in our land, the reason why things are the way they are in Biafra was because our forefathers, our ancestors did not give their first son or their first sons to the white man to train. They gave them their servants because they felt that the white man was going to experiment with our people. So most of the people that they trained, that went to all those missionary schools, and some of them traveled abroad and came back, did not quite understand what it means to be a Biafran. An Igbo Biafran, an Efik Biafran, an Ibibio Biafran, they never knew anything. Most of them were slaves. They didn't quite know because the custodian, the upholder in every family, the spiritual guide and light of every home is the first son, even the way it is in the Bible. That is why the first son always receives double portion of the father's inheritance. When the white man came, our fathers did not give them our first sons. We said no to them. We gave them those that, should I say, that came after the first son. Why am I telling you this thing this evening is because they have come again. Britain has come again with the same method, the same modus operandi. That's the way they always operate. They try to use you to destroy yourselves. They took this man to Arochukwu. The force of 1,700 men attacked Arochukwu in 1904, mostly from Uguta. Those that these were rejects, outcasts, those who were criminals in our villages. The Britain assembled them. Very disgruntled, the something that BBC is doing today, and used them to attack Arochukwu. And Arochukwu fell. Our own people actually destroyed their own temple. In the year 1960 to 1967, they did the same thing as well. They groomed saboteurs of the highest grade, like Obabia Stika. Frontline saboteurs. For 7 years, they groomed them. So that when they started the slaughter of Biafrans in the north, they engaged them to try to castigate Ojukwu and to run our eternal leader, being Ojukwu down. And after the war, the lives of Obabia Sika was compensated. The same thing that they're doing today, trying to use some of you who are ignorant of history. The same way they're trying to use Tinubu in the West. The same way they used Afonja in Yoruba land. None of you ever learn. You have history, you study it. Some of you are intelligent enough to go through history books. You know all these things, but you fail to learn from it. What is the difference between today and when Hausa land was taken? What is the difference between today and when Nupe land was taken in Niger State? What is the difference between today when Jukun land was taken? What is the difference between today and when Baki land was taken from Baki people by Fulani? What is the difference between today, what the governors are doing and what the likes of Tinubu are doing to what Hausa peasants did to themselves many years gone by? Every time I come here and I preach to you to understand the dangers you're facing and the danger you're in your useless one Nigeria, you don't want to reason, you don't want to think very well. I have told you severally, if you stay in one Nigeria, you become Fulanized. They will take you over. Fulani will emasculate you with help of the British. Because Britain they need idiots to be in power in Abuja for them to continue to take our oil and gas for free. It's a very simple program they have. All the oil companies are in it together. Ajib, ExxonMobil, Halliburton, Texaco, Eni, Elf, Mobil, name them all in it together. Why will they allow you to have a country that is viable when they can get oil and gas for free and sell it at very high and exorbitant prices abroad, even bring it back to you to buy at over 500 naira per liter of fuel? Because you are foolish. Because you are a Nigerian, because you cannot reason properly. That is why they try to engage some of
So be patient with me. I want to share the link. So in case anybody would like to join us, let me share it now before we continue.
lovers of freedom, lovers of freedom,
Okay, so I've shared the link for those who may want to join us via Facebook, via YouTube, or by phone call. So we have listened to our leader's message from where we are going to base our first segment of analysis. Thereafter, we'll play another video for today's program. So, the reason Arochukwu failed, and all of the things we see today happening are not just the first time. They are replicates. That is repetition or duplicates or the return of things that had happened in the past. And these are the things that caused the fall of Arochukwu. And according to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it is because of the selfish attitudes of our indigenous people, and using the Igbo Biafrans as a classical example, relating it to the Biafrans in general, all of the nations, the sub-regions that make up the Zoological Republic of Nigeria, and to Africa as a whole. We see all is based on selfish attitude of our people. Now that means the selfishness, selfish interest of some of the Biafrans is the anchor of the fall of our people. That is the reason Arochukwu fell, and that is one of the reasons, even a major reason, why the Biafra genocide was so immense. Because even while the external aggressors, the external enemies, we are committing genocide upon our people, our own indigenous people, we are still busy sabotaging the Biafra from defending ourselves. So that is exactly what had happened. So Mama Patricia, I think you are ready. Think you are ready, Mama Patricia? Then veteran be listening, should be in case if she's not ready. Say, what we are seeing today replicates the things of the past, most especially in Africa. Arochukwu fell in 1904. 1904, 2,400 years plus another 18 years, 118 years since the fall of Arochukwu. And until today, there have been no recovery. What a shame. Then, Britain destroyed Arochukwu to eradicate Biafran traditional religion and to introduce their own religion, though not really the real Christianity, but colonial Christianity. Then, seven sons of Arochukwu traveled to Anioma to form Ekumeku. Ekumeku is the epitome of today's Eastern Security Network. Seven sons of Arochukwu went to Anioma to form Ekumeku. Ekumeku was the Biafra defense front that confronted even the Britain while they were battling with our people, and they continued to wage war against them for over 40 years before the Britain, and as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had explained, with the inclusion of some other Africans joining together to fight our own people, divide and rule system. Then all of these are reflections, all of these are epitomes of what things that are happening today. Things happening today in our midst are reflections of all this. So Mama Patricia, our veteran, which ways can you relate the betrayal of those days to today's betrayals, giving us example with Nigerian politicians, Biafra politicians, including the saboteurs in IPOB, in the Biafra struggle, wherever they can, and which way do they function? Which way can you educate the Biafrans? The way they are repeating the same thing, and the way it has continued to contribute to hold us down. And what are the contributions of the non-Biafrans, including their politicians and non-politicians, contributing to hold both Biafrans themselves and other Africans hostage in the favor of the foreign colonists? Mama Patricia, take over the microphone.
Thank you, Collins. Yeah,
God bless you. Really
it's good that we have all heard what Mazi has been saying. The warnings that God told him, go and let them know. Exactly how God sent Moses to Egypt after how many years, 400 years of slavery and suffering. And God saw the injustice and sent Moses to come and let them know that he has a place of their own. So the same thing is happening. We are seeing it in this very generation. It's going round and round and round. And that is why God always repeats, history repeats itself. Mazi came before this one that we are seeing now, after all the 1904 and the rest of the killings, which the British did with their colleagues, America, France, and the rest of them. But our people withstood them for 3.5 years, notwithstanding. Those are the men who are real patriotic, who are real Biafrans, who are real children of God. They stood and did their best, even though the powers were so much. But God knew what he was doing. He let it be at that time so that we could learn lesson, or from experience to learn. And at this ripe time, he sent Mazi, who from the onset when he started, because he's a man with a mission, he started educating us, because when you have knowledge, you have power. When you know who you are, nobody can come and tell you otherwise, not even Satan. It's only when you don't know your identity, your origin. It's only when you don't know who you are that somebody will come from anywhere and, dust you here and there. And the wind will be blowing you here and there. But when you know your ground, you speak to your enemies at the gate. Just like we have been saying here. And I keep saying it. I'm a Biafra. Mazi gave us, he awakened that spirit that was sleeping, or rather dead, because we were like hopeless. We don't know what to do again. And Mazi came and told us, you can make it. After that's what Obama told his people. He said you can make it, even though his own is not in a good way, because he's an evil man too. But he borrowed that positive word, that seed word, we can make it. Mazi came and told us, we can make it. God does not work with multitude, just with few. Few that are willing, few that are trusting him, few that are diligent, truthful. God will do great things. He did it with Israel. Has it changed? God didn't tell us to fold our arms. He said we will speak to our enemies at the gate. Peter, them that were following Jesus, and Jesus was doing miracles. A time came, they were allowed. Jesus told them, sell whatever you have and buy sword to defend the truth. So the same thing that happened is the same thing happening. And this very time has warned us so that we'll be prepared. But you still see the saboteurs, their seed is still cropping up. That is why, of my opinion, if we don't eradicate these people from the roots, the likes of Nyan Wood or what is that man that sabotaged Biafra name? What is it again called?
Asika,
yes.
If I do
so many of them, which I don't know their names. If we don't eradicate them from the root, okay. If we don't get these people out, I mean out, not leaving them, they will continue. We all know what God did to Korah in the Bible. It's Korah that stole, it's Korah that sinned, it's Korah that went contrary to the commandment of God. God did not leave, just take away Korah. No, everything, if not the seed, still goes. So now it behoves on us, the remnants of Biafra, the remaining children of God, those few that Mazu was talking about. I don't know where you people are. Those 100 that does not want to sell their soul for money, the money that you cannot stay in this world to enjoy, because the world is not your own, neither silver or the gold in it. So why are you stressing yourself to accumulate? Even the rich man in the Bible will have it that he said, now my soul, rest and eat, you have enough wealth. The Lord said he's a fool. This night he will take his life from him, and it happened. Look at the governors and the so-called presidents, that are still around the whole world, building mansions here and there, working on gold. In the zoo, they hide the money, hide it so much that containers, 40 loads of containers, warehouses, undergrounds everywhere, money are hid there. And the money has gotten rotten because they don't know anymore what to do with the money. So what is it? Remnants of Biafra, the 100 men. Are we going to sit here for these efulefus, these irredeemable fools, these pampas wearers that we see? Are we going to sit here, my remnants, that Mazi came, and every day we had the broadcast now. He said, I've been telling you people, I've been warning you people, I've been teaching you people, and you don't want to hear. He knows what he's saying. He knows, he saw the danger. Even though the enemies were with him, yes, they were sitting down with him like Judas. But among those 12, there must be one that wasn't corrupted. And those are the remnants we are speaking to this afternoon. Remnants, wake up. Because what has happened before, we are seeing it already now. Master has given us what we should do to defend our land. He set up the Ekumeku type, which is the ESN. And they were stout and strong men. The Fulanis, those circumcised Philistines, murderers and killers who wants to take our land because they are vagabonds, they don't have land to stay. All of them got into their trailers and went back. They went back because if you challenge them back, they'll go. They are not spirits. I keep saying these are, if I was listening to one man today. He said they came with one Dibia man, they came with another Dibia. Who is that Dibia man? What is it Dibiaing? Is the power of Satan more than the power of God? It can only be when those people who are claiming to be children of God are messing up with the evil themselves, are messing up with lying and dirty lies. That's why the enemy will overcome you. But if you stand diligent, pure, with truth before you, no woman born will come and challenge you. They will be on their run. So we see the like of Harold Wilson, like Mazi said the other time, said they will never allow Biafra to go. It doesn't matter how many that got killed. Doesn't matter even if it's billions, that they don't care. Instead of them to allow Biafra to go, it's an impossible task. They will not allow it because they don't want to see Japan in Africa. And we see this Catherine Ling that Mazi keeps saying that she's a devil. Anywhere she goes, dead toes followed her. Didn't we see her in Biafra land with Efulefu Soludo, that God will judge the DOS, that allowed Soludo to come to Biafra land to contest. When Mazi said there will be no election in Biafra land, starting from Enugu, Anambra. And this DOS and their laws allowed him to contest. And then now they are seeing their seed that they sowed. And they are there behaving as if they didn't see or they are not seeing. Claiming that they are fighting for Biafra when they are all in the same politics of the zoo, because they have Fulani blood in them. Honestly speaking, they have it. We are not yet through with that. Then they have brought Obi. They have brought the foolish man, pampas wearers as well, like the rest of them, to come and be distracting us. Obi wants to be president when the one that was Jonathan that was president couldn't even lift a pin on the floor. So it's Obi that will do it. The Anambra he ruled in his 8 years. What did he do there? That he wants to rule now the country. They are agents, my remnant Biafrans. They are agents, and every agent of the devil bet me. The word of God says it will never be well with the wicked. So whatever you people are just conniving, the prophet have already said it. Even if it is one man remaining, Biafra must come. Let that man stay with the blood, through blood of Biafra, and continue producing people that will, will furnish the whole place, will multiply again. If God tarries to come to destroy this whole world, because the iniquity has abounded so much. Look at the killings at Enugu, how they butchered people, like I see, not even an animal you can butcher in that way. And what are the politicians in Eastern zones doing? What are the governors doing? Senators, all of them, they are relaxing at Abuja, including the lawyer, the Caro White. The Erudat White. They're all at Abuja. Nobody can go and sue them. Not even in Nigerian government. Not even in ICC. No. They've all shut their mouth. And when one man who seems to have repented to turn and do the right thing follows the legends of Mazi to do something meaningful, and these people are suing him from left and right, because we have all seen the true color. We have all seen it. For the politicians, the governors, the zoological, every one of them to start attacking Simon because of sit at home. That shows you who they are. I thought they said Simon was a Nigerian agent. Now, why is the Nigerian agent attacking him? like the one of the, do they call it, did he say he's what? A human right whatever. A Fulani man or Hausa man will be a human right fighter. Are you people kidding me? Huh?
Rogues
and it's all
everywhere.
Biafrans that will be there listening and promoting this man. Anyway, I still repeat, I'm talking to the remnants, not to the Fulani bloods. Not to them. We are not speaking to them. Because when Biafra comes, as Mazi said, we will do DNA. And the rest that are not full blood of Biafra will be banished forever. And you think Mazi is the first person that said it because he's a prophet of God. I was reading yesterday, I think the book of Ezra, yes. And I saw that Ezra himself, when he came down to restore Jerusalem, the Israelites, they also numbered those that had mixed blood in them, and they removed them. They removed them from Israel. Both them and their wives and children and everything. So what we're saying here is that the same thing that happened is the same thing happening. Katrina Ling is going from up to down with their agents, the Fulanis, all of them put together, working against Biafra. When these killings are being done, no place will it be told. Not in the media, not on the news, not in the newspaper. Every man's mouth is shut. Even the DOS and their ERATs, they all have closed mouth. When Simon comes now to say, we're going to sit at home for 2 weeks or 1 month, you see them again coming out like chinch. And you can see from what this broadcast that those that were Efulefus, the saboteurs that destroyed the Arochukwu temple and all that they did, was the outcast that the British people gathered together, put them somewhere, brainwashed them, and filled their hearts with evil, and then send them back to come and fight their people. Why were they outcast in the first place? Because they committed some evil that they should not have done to soil the land. And then the British people now use them to fight back. That's what they are doing now. Using these governors and politicians are not Biafrans for you people. They have been, groomed. They have been groomed from a long time. Because a true patriotic, a true child or people of the land, Biafran, will not do any of these things that they are doing. They will never do it. I was listening to one Ambazonia spokesman, and it's not the first time they have been telling the DOS and the Biafrans that they are just kidding, that they are playing. This is not the way freedom fighters should be doing. Upon all this talk, have they had any word out of it? No. The one in South Africa, the one in Kuwait, the one in Germany, a Biafran child, they are there showing us who they are. They are not for Biafrans. They are not for Biafran freedom. They are Nigerians. They are making their money. So the remnants, get up and let's do something, because this killing that we are seeing, it will continue if we don't act and tell them that they cannot have our land. They will continue because they want to have a place of permanency to stay. That is all it is in my mouth for now. Thank you, Collins.
Hold on, Mama Patricia. You're going to say more. You're going to say more. Thank you very much for the one you have already narrated, because you have given Biafrans a wonderful education. Then you are going to talk about they no longer know what to do with the money, because of one of the points you have just raised. Nigerian politicians hoarding money in their homes, some hoarding it in their farms, some placing it underground. They dig holes to bury the money, and to the extent that canker worm, the money began to rotten of which video we have, but due to our much content today, we cannot be playing them one by one. So, Mama Patricia, you are going to tell us if the money is released or maybe should be invested. Like for me now, I know there are no infrastructural developments in the Zoological Republic of Nigeria, no proper education, no computers in the primary schools and secondary schools, not to talk of the universities, no good roads, no industries, nothing. We do not have, we do not manufacture anything. Where do you think that they should have been investing this money rather than holding it? And to me, I begin to discern that they lack vision. Where there is no vision, the people perish. It is people who lack vision that will have money and do not know what to do with the money. But people with vision, if people with vision, if it's some people, you will give them $100 billion, they will tell you very, very thank you. And the investment I want to just engage to is about $200 billion. Then let me start with this one, a little beginning. But I still have more visions if I will have more. But if I do not have, let me start with the one available. So, Mama Patricia, you're going to tell us about that. You are also going to talk about clannish problems in IPOB. Because after my 8 months of membership in IPOB, I began to discover that even some of the IPOB members, some are coordinators, some not coordinators, they are relatives to politicians, to Igbo politicians, to Biafran politicians. They are relatives, or they are kinsmen, or they come from the same community. And to recent time, it is obvious that Ikenguru Ago is so vehement to defending Andy Oba, even asking people some irrelevant questions in defense of Andy Oba. And the two of them are from Nnewi community. So I begin to see it as a clannish problem relating to what I have already observed 4 years ago in IPOB. Then, like if you come to Abia State, Okezi Baso, the governor, is from Ungwa, where Chinas and Woru come from. Can there be anything like that? Any Neabaribe come from the same, even though they used to praise any Neabaribe, but so far he is a politician. I cannot trust him for any reason, because they are serpentine. They can present themselves to be positive today. Tomorrow they will compromise and change. Even they may be sounding positive, why they will be planning on how to kidnap Mazen Nambekano without anybody knowing. So, to me, I believe this, due to this clannish problem, even some of these IPOB members we are suspecting to have Fulani blood. They may even have their relatives as politicians in the Nigerian sector, whom they are here in IPOB working for and giving them information, and for their sake trying to sabotage IPOB. Is that possible? So what do you have to say? Then talk about what they should have used the money to do than allowing it to rubbish.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We all know that Nigeria is not a country in the first place. It's a fraud. We know it. We know it's a company, the British company, that they now turn into and make as if it's a country that will be veering. But we know that it can never. Nigeria can never be of any good thing to any human being, not even animals, not even trees. Can't anybody? We all are seeing the whole place. Somebody was telling me the other day, if you are in the airplane going to somewhere in the world, you can see other places of the world, how neat, bright, and beautiful it is. But when you come towards Nigeria, even from there, you become sick. The eyesight that the sight that you'll be seeing is so terrible. So it's not a place for anybody to exist. Not man, not beast, not a tree, nothing. So that place is dead and gone, expired in fact, as it applies since 2014. When you keep using something that has expired, can't you see the stink that comes out? It's not supposed to still be on the earth. So that's why these people that are continue trying to drag this dead smelling cow along, I don't know why they should still be going on. How I wish God judgment will come fast. Buhari is dead since 2017. They buried that pedophile there. And some people that call themselves intelligent people, that's why they call them intellectuals. They are still there, moving with a little boy that is masked, that does not even know his left and the right. They are working with him, masking him here and there. Whom are they deceiving? Whom are they deceiving, themselves or who? They are moving about. Look at the so-called their lawyer, they are again whatever lawyer. In their own court, as wicked as they are, God showed them that they have no brain. Mazi defeated them in their court, as he said, take me to your court, I will defeat you people there, hands down. He did it. Why are they still holding him there? To show you that it's not a country, it's lawless, Nigeria is stateless. Why is it still going on? And people are keeping quiet. Who is even mentioning Abaribe? All of them are politicians. All of them are evil. Politicians, senators, governors, the cow presidents and the cow governors in the north and everywhere. Their souls have been sold a long time. So we don't need to wait for these people. Even the money they have hoarded, that will show you how wicked they are, how from the pit of hell they are. The Bible said that the devil is a liar and very, very wicked. His job is to steal. They have stolen from people. To kill. You see their men killing everywhere. And then to destroy. Don't we see them destroying human resources? Destroying intelligence that God gave to Biafra or all the other countries, Yoruba or whoever that are interested to be free. Destroying their talent, destroying their dreams. No road, because they want people to die. They want to continue the pathway of the dead queen, also the dead queen of England. Because we saw a video where she was throwing corn on the floor so that Biafran children will come and be picking the corn as if they are fowls, as if they are chicken. This is what these people want, to be working on human beings. For them, those human beings are not human beings, they are animals. They are even non-living things. But to God, they are human. You want to tell me somebody that denied you of life, denied you of road, denied you of school, denied you of hospital, denied you of your business, and even of your life, your own inheritance. You want to tell me that these people love you and you want to continue with them, my remnant Biafrans. These people that are continuing to sustain this poison, this cancer, this evil, they are the children of the evil themselves. DOS are children of the devil. The politicians, the senators, the chiefs and the elders, it's time we eradicate these people. They have crossed the red line where they should not have crossed. So those money they have wanted, we don't even need it. We don't need that money, my colleague. We don't need it. It's a blood-rotten money. They didn't want to bring it. Even if they bring it now, it's just to make mago-mago for politics. The Ogoni River is still there, not clean. The head bridge is still there, not done. And I was hearing some of the politicians say, this is the first thing, they say it's article. This is the first thing I will do when I come. Are we children? Are we daft? Mazi was asking. Doing the same thing on and on and on again. And when election time comes, they will still come and repeat the same thing. And people are there, gathering, women and children and young boys, clapping for them, for the shirt, t-shirt, for 3 cups of rice, for poisonous food that they will be given to you, and you go home sick. And when you are sick, no hospital to go, no road to even pass. My remnants, Biafra, get up and defend our land, defend your land, defend your inheritance. Don't listen to anyone that you see. You know, there's a place in the Bible where they said the Berean Christian. Once anybody come to talk, they will go and check from the Bible and see if that thing the person was saying is the same with the one that they have read. If it is the same, they will take it. If it's not the same, they kick it out. Biafrans, is it not yet time that when anybody comes, any flavors like this eras of the DOS, and all the chief and the governors, and the Soludo and the obedient, foolish man that his brother is in, if it's really his brother, because I don't think Mazi is his brother. He is a Fulani blood in them. There are many in the land. And they will come to tell you something. And they will sit down to listen to them and say, yeah, he's saying the truth. Mazi said, no election in Biafra land. No election. No more marriage. Nothing with the zoological. Nothing with the British. They have killed us enough. Rise up. Let's get anger for once and defend ourselves. We don't need their money anymore. We don't need them building the road anymore. We don't need, up till now they have not done it. When do you think they are going to do it? Do it here to do a mago business, ping-pong business. No. No. And any still group in this Biafrans who are not watching the Amazonia, how serious they are, being in unity, going with forthrightly. You are here to play game, to make your money, to make your business. I promise you people that the God of Mazinam the Kanu, the God of truth and righteousness, will not spare one of you, not even your generation, if you don't change now and do the right thing. Thank you, my brothers.
God bless you. Veteran, be preparing. You are going to speak and you are going to continue. We are going to continue on the same point she has just dropped. And I want also to play a video relating to this.
Snow. This thing they see no be snow. This is ice. As you can see, I'm still with my uniform. I'm just coming back from work. 22 hours shift. I have gold, but I am hungry. Our leaders, devil will punish you now. All of you now. We say Nigeria no go better. All of you now go die. Your children no go see better. Now so sickness. Now so sickness. I dey for church. They cause now Nigerian leaders. Now so bad sickness. All of you go they get. On our children will bring nothing but shame to you guys. All our Nigerian leaders, we say Nigeria no go better. We be so now go they carry our money, they eat, they hide. Today said our money go they rotty. Shame until you guys. Una go come here finish, una go still go back. You go get even as I am. I can't see my fellow human being hungry. I can't see my fellow human being hungry. Even though I don't have, I will go and look for a place to borrow to make sure that that person eats. Our leaders, you people are wicked. To be honest, you guys are very wicked. You guys are heartless. Our leaders, all of the wicked, all of the heartless, all of the wicked. If you can keep this kind of money in Makoti, Makoti has no light. They have no good road, no good school. And you people are giving this kind of money. God will punish all of you. God will punish you guys. God will punish you. All Nigerians are running away, coming to Europe to suffer. Why we have money that you guys can give and the money gets rotten? I am in the front of church. God will punish you. All these leaders, you people will never see good in life. This is ice, not snow. It's minus 11 degrees here. You have the mind to hide our money. Money that you can use and give us good life. You hide it. You hide it. You will never see good in life. If you come across this video, share it to any politician page. You guys will never see good in life. This is just that we came from a good state, but we cannot feed very well. We have gold, we have oil, but we are still begging. At this point of time, our leaders are so wicked. You guys are heartless. You guys are heartless. We Nigerians are not supposed to be here. We are not supposed to leave that country for any other place. But because of...
So, veteran, you are going to continue with it. Then talk about the Nigerian government, about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's message, though you have your own point reserved from you, but highlight more regarding this issue, because some people even think that we traveling to Europe is all about bed of roses. Now from this lady, they have now known the suffering people undergo. It is not just deliberately. And if Nigeria is developed as supposed, we are, most of us will be back home doing even better works and earning more, living more comfortable than we should do in Europe. So that is what we are talking about. But the problem here is this lady still have the mindset of that law of madness, repetition of Nigerianness. Why she will be talking about her own sovereignty, causing Nigeria that Nigeria can never be good. I am among those saying Nigeria can never be good, even though I am not among the leaders, because I have seen that Nigeria is built on fraud, and everything about Nigeria is Satan's alternative. He's talking about Makurdi do not have light, and the darkness means the supply of generator by Atiku Abubakar, and that is alternative to the power supply, the alternative, devil's alternative. Rather than giving us the real power supply for everybody, then they hijack it to be importing generator. Atiku Abubakar being the contractor, then Korea being the supplier, and the supplying it, the support, the same one Nigerianism. Veteran, take over the microphone.
Yeah, thank you, Evangelist Nimako.
God bless you.
I'm not interested in Nigeria. I'm not a Nigerian. So if the woman likes, she can cry till thy kingdom come. That is her business. So the prophet, our prophet, has been crying. Cried like John the Baptist in the wilderness. And all of them said he is a madman. It is now that they have come to cry. Cry for what? So my interest is simply on the message of my leader. The fall of the Arochukwu. This is a message he has so clearly brought to us. God is a God of repetition. God is a very good, wise teacher. He teaches us by and with our own experience. This is the third time it is coming to us. Arochukwu fell in 1904 with our own full and voluntary contribution. We love whatever the white man says, whatever he brings. We love his corruption and wickedness. And so I don't even agree that this one is colonial Christianity and the other one is not colonial. Are they not the same? Is there any Christianity that is devoid of corruption?
Yes.
I can only answer for myself. I cannot answer for the bishop, who has to call his members to bring 100 million so that he alone can be liberated. And you are telling me colonial Christianity? When you want to use it as an instrument, Christianity, to a reasonable extent, the kind of Christianity we practice is an instrument. And this is why people continue to misinterpret the word of God. Jesus said, if they slap you at the right cheek, you turn the left cheek. And this has been used to deceive us. If that is what the scripture means, then God will not tell us that he has trained our right hand for battle. He will not tell us that if the road gets rough, only the rough gets going. Because this is what he taught us. But we have to claim what belongs to us with violence. If we continue to cry, and the water will be splitting. Our leader is a man of God. He's a true man of God. Schooled and taught by God himself. Because anyone, Chukwokabia, my sending, he would have trained him, thickened his skin, sharpened his intellect, giving him enough wisdom to handle his mission. That is who God is. So our leader have been sent to come and tell us of our history. Because if we had gone to the war, if we had challenged our enemy, Britain, the international community, and the Fulani, with the knowledge of who we are, I bet you we would have won this war. We would have won the 1967-70 war. But most of us went into this war with no history of who we are. The history I was taught in the school was Napoleon Bonaparte, Florence Nightingale, Leonardo da Vinci. The history of the people I do not know, that do not even have our genealogy. That's the history I was taught in school. I was not even taught who I am. Just like Christianity came, it is Saint Barnabas, Saint Collins, Saint this one. I have to follow their examples. I have to leave my identity and pick up the identity of other people. This is our problem. And most of us are still basking in this problem. Most of us are still holding to these issues. Anything white, anything Europe, anything international is the best. And we continue to be the devil of ourselves. Continue to destroy ourselves. This was why we failed in 1904. The corrupt British people, they know our weakness. They brought schnapps, brought all sorts of things to us. Hey, this is snap. This is white man's hunt. Hi, nah. Bounce on it and forgot the problem on the ground. This is our life. This is who we are. So Onyendu has come to give us the history of who we are, how we were used to destroy ourselves. And the same thing is repeating itself. It has repeated itself in the 1967-70 war. And today, it is repeating itself. We are destroying the movement God himself has placed in place to give us our freedom. Devils are planted in it, right, left, and center. Little did our leader know that those surrounding him, those he's giving offices, because he cannot do it alone. Just like what the in-law of Moses told Moses. Moses, you cannot do this thing alone. You better get some officer. So our leader did not do anything wrong. But he was simply ill-advised. He didn't know who was recommended to him. Chinas and Waru will bring his sister, bring his brother, bring his friend, those who give him money, those who eat with, those who celebrate with. He will bring them, recommend them to the leader, Mazen Nanditano. Because it is Chinas and Waru, they will accept them. And these people, no matter what you do, they will be defending Chinas and Waru because they want the power. Chain of command. As long as I'm part of the cabal, as long as I'm part of the clique, that is who we are. That is why these grunted elements were used to conquer our people in 1904. This is why this is saboteurs, because sometimes you see that there are more. We have up to 80% of saboteurs even now in our midst. Name them. Even in IPOB, to begin with, we have up to 80% of saboteurs. Beginning from those who call themselves leaders. in the leadership of IPOB, who cannot deny and will never deny that they know nothing about the kidnap and rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Any of them that come out to deny it will simply fall down like Aeneas and the Sapphira at the door. They are all culprits by design and by implication, by words and deeds. They are culprits. All the members of the DOS. Silas Onoha is saying it. I'm not saying it because somebody else said it. Or maybe because I am supporting somebody else. God forbid that I should support people to tell you what I'm telling you. You are the disgruntled elements in our day to destroy IPOB. Chike Doziem, China Sanworu, name them. The European rep, name them. What I don't know you. BIAFRA child, Methuselah, all of you put together, you are the cause of the problem of IPOB today. You ganged up, you agreed, you clicked to destroy the mission of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The mission of liberation, liberating the people of God, the Biafrans. Chike Doziem China Sanworu Abanyim. The so-called Biafran child, I don't know who your name is. Methuselah, South African, whatever you are. Whatever you are the cause of the situation today in this movement. The whole world is laughing at you. The whole world is mocking you because you do not know what freedom fighting means. You do not know what liberation is. And you cannot do it. No one can give what he has not. As long as you are corrupt people, looking for your belly, looking for cheap popularity, wanting Biafrans to bow down before you, to recognize that you are in power, to recognize your chain of command, because that is your only interest. As soon as you caused our leader to be kidnapped and rendition, your interest became structure, oath, chain of command, leadership. I am challenging you, Chike Doziem, China Sanworu, and all of you, the members of the DOS, to come out publicly and tell Biafran what positive thing have you contributed to this movement since our leader was rendition. He has given us our history, and this is who we are. Because you were displaced, because the Biafrans discovered that you are nobodies. You do not have a command of the movement any longer, even though your plan was there even while our leader was still here. You were looking for it with your life to destroy this great movement, to destroy the freedom of our people, to destroy the liberty of Biafra. Britain bought you, and you bought the ideas, and Catherine Allen, like he's a brothers of old, who contracted us to destroy us. He also has adopted that method. This was also the method adopted by Harold Wilson and your devil queen, Britain. Are you not tired enough? Is it not time you take away your ugly hand from the affairs of Biafra? You are continuing to use the stupid and foolish words amongst us, the disgruntled elements amongst us, to destroy us. But it will not be well with you and all these saboteurs you are using. Chike Doziem Chinasanworu, why are you disgruntled? Why? Did you follow the legacy of your leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and Biafra turned their back against you? Chike Doziem, Chinasanworu and co. You stopped every agitation. IPOB is a peaceful movement. Who told you that? What do you mean by peaceful? Peaceful, you say, okay. That is peaceful. Yes, go ahead, kill them. That is peaceful. Idiots of no liver. That is peaceful. Peaceful, your leader has to put in place a security, ESN. Are you more peaceful than him? What do you know about being peaceful? You are peaceful. Hey, we have gone into spiritual. This is the time of spiritual. Go to the crossroad and break egg. Go to that place and perform ritual. That is peaceful. Fools you are. Using you to destroy all the effort our leader has put in place. Using you to destroy us, to break down IPOB. That is our temple. That is what our leader said. This is the place we worship. Another Arochukwu temple. You have broken it down again. You are trying to break it down. British has contracted you. Fulanis have contracted you. With their blood in Biafra land. Yes, some weekend. Sorudo, and all the idiotic governors in Biafra land, all the foolish Ohanese, all the foolish senators and the politicians, they have contracted you. I'm not against what a powerful, the so-called powerful is doing for living. Any person can do anything for living. But if to be right in contracting, accepting corruption to destroy this movement, it's a big shame, Emmanuel. It is a big shame. You write junks, trashes, You have contracted. You have met with the elders, with the Ohaneses, with the leaders of Biafra land. Who gave you that permission? Did your leader give you that permission? Did Mazen Nnamdi Kanu permit you to go and talk with the Ohanese, with the pastors of Biafra land, with the bishops and priests, with the senators, with Abaribe? Did our leader permit you to do that? Why did you do that? To cancel the seat at home? Why? Did our leader tell you to call off his standing order of no election in Biafra land? Did he send you? Through who? When? How? You continue to write junks that you are paid to write. You are not ashamed. Freedom fighter. You are fighting for Biafra. You are being used by your enemies to destroy the good thing God is doing for us. But of course, you know it will not work. Of course, you know that the man of God, the messenger of our time, the prophet of our time, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, have said it, that even if it remains one person, Biafra must come. And I buy that wholeheartedly. Even if I'm not there when it comes, I'll be happy wherever I am. Because age is not on our side. But we shall always be grateful to God for the little He has allowed us to do, for the little contribution He has given us the privilege to carry out. All the blood you have split in Biafra land will hang on your heads and you will never go scot-free. The aggressors will always call their opponents aggressors. It is the same story. You are not different. Britain and the Fulanese called the Biafrans the aggressors. Who were the aggressors? Victims turned aggressor. We were rebels. We were separatists. There is no name they did not give to us. And we accepted it. China Sanworu, the terrorist, being afraid of being called a terrorist. When your actions and deeds show that you are a #1 terrorist, but you are only afraid of the one somebody calls you a freedom fighter is afraid to carry names. You are accepting the names given to you by Britain, accepting the identity given to you by Britain, by other nations. How foolish you are. That money you are collecting, that money you are sharing, you will not live to enjoy it. Neither you nor your generation. But one thing we assure you, maybe in Kuwait where you are, we don't know how it is. But Chike where you are, you go to the squares, you see the monuments of true freedom fighters, of those who staked their life for the freedom and liberation of their countries. Those in Italy, go to every square. Wherever you are in this world, go to your square and you see the recognition. You will never come to Rome and see Brutus, the statue of Brutus, because he is a devil like you people. If I'm a Joppo, maybe you read Julius Caesar. Brutus was the most trusted friend of Julius Caesar. Just like you are the most trusted friend, person to our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And he was taking all the shit you give him, hook, line, and sinker. You go to where he is and poison him. Poisoning does not mean bringing a concoction. There are different forms of concoction. It could be a mental concoction. It could be a verbal concoction. It could be a visual concoction. So there are so many types of poison. You have been poisoning our leader. If I am left to suggest, I will tell Biafrans to ban you from seeing our leader. Biafrans, please, if there's any way you can ban Ifeanyi Ejiofor from going to see our leader, the sooner you do it, the better for us. Because he has shown himself a great saboteur in this movement. He has shown himself a great instrument of divide and rule in this movement. He continues to deepen and widen the differences in this movement. Yet, he calls himself Onyendu's most trusted. No wonder, no person can say, because you have to defend it. If I job for 1 + 1 is 2, 2 + 2 is 4. Using the traditional system. I'm not talking about using any other base, but the traditional base. So by your actions and deeds, I can deduce, I can induce what you have done and what you are doing. You are a traitor to this movement. You are a one Nigerianist. You are the reason why our leader is still where he is. Because you have conspired. It is both an IPOB conspiration, the national conspiration, and the global conspiration that our leader should be there. Despite the fact that he has warned them hands down in their court. I'm challenging you, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, to come out publicly and tell them, tell us how clean you are in this business. Because I don't see you clean. Working with the members of DOS, destroying your own, and turning around to blame others, to accuse others of being the destroyers. Shame on you and your team. Shame on you, the members of DOS. Shame on you, anybody that is not working according to the legacy of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Shame on you. Shame on you and anyone working without the spirit of Biafra residing in you. Shame on you, every false liberation fighter Biafrans, open your eyes and say no to Obi Kerenke and his Pepe, Kekena Pepe, Katrina Len. Signing a contract, signing a paper, supervised by Katrina Len. As much to tell you, Biafrans, because our leader said it clear that wherever that woman passes, evil follows, death follows, wickedness follows. That he is by the side of Obi signing a paper. Where is your Nero? For now, I rest my case. Thank you very much, Biafra.
God bless you, really good veteran. Yes, that's a wonderful one. And we are IPOB Truth Bearers. If anybody wants to place a call, the person can call in to bring his contribution, or the person wants to join us via YouTube or Facebook through the link. The person can go on to do so. We are here to be setting the record straight. Then I want to correct some impressions, and it is about setting the record straight. I want to tell Biafrans and the world at large that the problems of us Biafrans is not really Christianity. The problems are, first of all, parochial mindedness, inferiority complex. I have made lots of the videos in the past about this, and the people confirmed them to be true. Inferiority complex, parochial mindedness, that is poor vision, lack of vision, inferiority complex, timidity, ignorance. Africa is an ocean of ignorance. For example, the same people that colonize Africa with Christianity develop their own country with the same Christianity. What is wrong? Why are they developed and we are not developed, and we claim they colonize us with Christianity? Why didn't the Christianity destroy their own territory? I want to tell you that they bring counterfeit of everything. They did not get the Christianity is not theirs. Christianity is of Jesus Christ and came from heaven, landed in Israel, not even in Europe. But they are so clever to hijack it. I mean the colonists. But the real Christianity that I practice is not the same Christianity they brought to Africa they colonize us with. My own Christianity is a sacrificial Christianity, but their own is the one they practice. Most people practice in Nigeria today is the same colonial Christianity, the one they used to brainwash our people. And it is so appalling that Christians are yet to understand Christianity, because anybody who is not a Christian can never teach me Christianity. The person is ignorant of Christianity and he does nothing about it. He can never get it right, because if he knows it, Jesus said, if they slap you on this cheek, give them the other cheek. He was talking to his disciples. He was not talking to everybody. Then those who do not believe in Jesus Christ can go and do whatever they want to do. So, but due to this parochial mindedness, inferiority complex, our fathers were staying in our own land. White men came to discover a river that has been with them for thousands of years, and they believe it is true. They allowed them to implement it in our school. They taught us with it. It is called colonial education. The kind of education they gave us there is not the kind of education they gave to their children. Am I right or wrong? This is a simple understanding or simple misunderstanding. Inferiority complex. That is the main reason. So, like the pirate, is it a pirate of whatever Methodist church? The Biafrans cannot listen to me because I do not have money, because I do not have millions of people following me, because I do not wear cassock. They will not listen to me. And those who follow them, they contribute the money to me. But I am here giving the word of the truth free, and nobody wants to listen because the truth is very expensive. Africans are too emotional. Africans like shortcuts to everything. That is where the reason. And I thank God that the white men discover our weaknesses. They use our weaknesses against us. So the spirit of Esau is the greatest problems of the Africans. Until we begin to know what we really want, whom we really are, to value what we have, then nobody can come and tell us otherwise. But someone, they're confused. People who do not know what they really want open their hand to accept whatever that is offered to them. So that is the case with the Africa. But if it is the real Christianity is all about living your life uprightly. And Jesus Christ can never colonize anybody. My own Christianity is the Christianity of Apostle Paul, Apostle Peter, the real Christians. There is a great difference between Christianity and Catholicism. Catholic Christianity is not the same with Jesus Christianity. And if we want to go to that, then I begin to differentiate between Christian centricity and the syncretism, Catholicism, religion from Christianity. So let me hold that for now. That should be a lecture for another day and for a different video, where I have been making videos on this. So I still maintain it is about misconception and the wrong identification of the real Christianity. Then that is the reason our fathers accepted the counterfeit. Nobody can colonize me with Christianity because I already know the truth. Me, I bet I'm just one person. I can deliver millions, even in Africa, if they can listen to me. But can they listen to me? That is where the problem. They give them the falsehood cheap and they rush. If you give them the solid, the bone, they want to continue with drinking of milk every day. Until 80 years, they are still drinking milk. Babies. So that is the problem. They don't want to grow. They don't want to grow. So at this point in time, we are going to go to a different video. A different video, we are going to talk about Simon Ekpa defending himself against Ejiofor Sue.
So anybody that is dragging anybody to court will not live to see Biafra. The spirit of Biafra will deal with the person. So if they tell you that they are suing Simon Ekpa to court in Abuja, tell them to go to Ebonyi. I was even surprised. I saw Ebonyi State. I saw Ebonyi State. I saw Haugu. I was surprised because it was the same man, the same criminal kidnapper Ejiofor, who said that Simon Ekpa is not an Igbo man. The same Ejiofor said that Simon Ekpa was paid by the Nigerian government. And I don't know how Nigerian government is going, they are still taking me to the Nigerian court. So why are they wasting their time if Nigerian government actually paid me? But I want you people to understand that these are ignorant people who don't know how this international law works. They don't know it. What I know, my experience, Ejiofor don't have that experience. Whatever I'm doing today, I will stand anywhere in the world, anytime, any day, to defend whatever that comes out of this mouth and my actions. Ejiofor don't know this. What did Ejiofor know? Even in Nigeria, he don't know. He don't know the legal system in Nigeria. Ejiofor don't know it. Because what he has displayed now is the highest expose against himself. So he does not know the legal system in Nigeria. If he know the legal system, he will not be fighting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and then suing me. If he know the legal system, he will not be saying that Abuja don't have jurisdiction and you are filing a case against Simon Ekpa in Abuja. Why Simon Ekpa is not fighting for Abuja? Simon Ekpa is not fighting for Abuja Republic. Simon Ekpa is fighting for Biafra Republic. And our seat at home is not in Abuja. Our seat at home is in Biafra. So if he's actually, if he's not just a very stupid man, he would know that he has just exposed himself. And at the same time, fighting against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by proxy, directly and indirectly. Because everything Ejiofor do against me will be used against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I want you people to understand this. That is why it is very dangerous for him to continue to go and meet Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Everything he do today will be used against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And we cannot allow that, because there is nothing wrong with what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have done for the restoration of Biafra. And there is nothing wrong with what I am doing today for the restoration of Biafra. If we say sit at home, you sit at home, because Nigeria is an evil country. Nigeria is evil country that don't value human life. Nigeria is evil country that kills without remorse. So because they have been struggling to end Biafra, when we say sit at home, they use the opportunity to kill people. And they thought we were going to move by that. You will kill us. We will kill you in self-defense. And at the end of the day, Biafra will come. It is not by gun and bullet. We have crossed that line. So I am here now boldly telling whoever Nigeria is sending from Ejiofor and all of them that you cannot do anything. You cannot do nothing. And we will make sure that when the time comes for this Biafra declaration, we will declare it, and you are going to be part of it, and I will take you to Biafra court to deal with you in Biafra court. That is if you are still around then. I want people to understand. I don't want to go deep. But let me drop it here, because if I go deep, in this, a lot will happen. So let me not go deep. And one day, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will come out and see what Ejiofor have done for him, against him, and against Biafrans. I want Ejiofor to answer the allegation against him. One, Ejiofor was part and parcel and the mastermind of the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. One. Two, Ejiofor was behind the killing of the Eastern Security Network. The gentle that was killed in his house, Ejiofor masterminded the killing. After the killing, the next day, he went to a meeting, forgetting that somebody he called his PA was just murdered in a very gruesome way. Ejiofor was part of it. If Ejiofor was not part of it, of course, I have made a position on that. Three, the day Gentle was killed in Ejiofor's house, masterminded by Ejiofor and Nigeria security agent. Ejiofor was in a company of a man called Madubugo. Madubugo was ESM commander, because he was, I will say. Now he is a kidnapper. He was in a company of Madubugo. And I, Simon Ekpa, was on the phone with Barrister Ejiofor and that same Madubugo in the house when they were monitoring from the screen, from the CCTV, and they killed Gentle. Gentle was burnt in Ejiofor's car. It's a heavy allegation. So why is Ejiofor not reacting to it? 4, Ejiofor control less than 500 criminals that was trained and paraded at the back of a police station somewhere. They said only Ejiofor that gives them order. What is Ejiofor giving order to criminals, to armed criminals in Biafra land? What is Ejiofor? What is the order that Ejiofor is giving them? So are they the one who went and killed people during our sit at home? So Ejiofor should come and respond to what I am saying here. The people that you saw that was doing parade at the back of police station, they are under the command of Ejiofor. What is Ejiofor commanding as a lawyer in Nigeria? Commanding people with AK-47. What is Ejiofor doing with them? Ejiofor should come and answer this particular question. 5, Ejiofor is aware that Madubugo, that he is now housing in Abuja and rappelling with Abuja every day, is the mastermind kidnapper of the Anambra State Commissioner for Public Utility. After they kidnapped the man, the commissioner, they gave him oath and did all the manner of things they did, and they begin to open shop in the man's head. The man begin to give them 10 million, 15 million, 10 million, 15 million, 10 million every time. It's a very heavy allegation. Ejiofor is aware. The last 3 million that they gave Ejiofor during one of the courts, that Manubugo came to Abuja with 3 million to give Ejiofor, it came from that particular commissioner. This is a very heavy allegation. Why is Ejiofor not challenging it? Karabaya. He kept quiet. I want you people to understand that insecurity in the southeast is being orchestrated by Ejiofor and his gang of killers. Chinas Onyoshi, Manubugo, and him. Why is Ejiofor not suing me? Right. This is one thing Ejiofor should do. Let Ejiofor sue Simon Ekpa to court. Tomorrow night he will write, oh, I have sued Simon Ekpa to Abuja court. Sue me to court. I don't live in Nigeria. I am not a Nigerian. I turned my passport many months ago. Everybody saw it. I'm not a Nigerian. I am fighting for the freedom of my people. I don't recognize Nigeria. I don't recognize Nigeria state. I have absolutely nothing in common with Nigeria state. So if you want to sue me and you don't know what to do, you make consultation. Hire a lawyer in Finland and sue me. That I deformed your character. Hire a lawyer. You have money. Nigeria government can sponsor you. If you lose the case, you pay me. And if I lose the case, I pay you. Hire me. Or hire a lawyer. That is what to do. Come to Finland and fight Simon Ekpa. But let me tell you, you are going to do nothing. I will fight you people. I will fight you. Fight Nigeria. Everybody, I will fight all of you to stand still. I told you people. And all this Nigeria media that have started blackmailing and calling Simon Ekpa terrorists and that, it doesn't move me. Like this, what they call legit or whatever. That one, Simon Ekpa, a terrorist. Give me a name, a terrorist. You think a terrorist will move me? There are things that, when you are well grounded, it doesn't move you. What qualifies you to call me a terrorist? What is the criteria for somebody to become a terrorist? I want to do that. What qualifies? If you are calling me a terrorist, you are equally calling Mazen Nandikani a terrorist.
The progress of the federal troops towards Asaba could be measured by the approaching sound of heavy guns and the rattling machine gun fire. Eyewitness account described.
Yeah. So, Mama Patricia, be getting ready. Be getting ready. That is Simon Ekpa defending himself against Ifeanyi Ejiofor, who has sued him in Abuja court of animalistic country of Nigeria, owned by hijacked by Fulani terrorists. Then there are some points we are going to talk from here. Later on, we round up with our former points. He said everything Ejiofor does against Simon Ekpa will be used against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So I begin to wonder, did Ejiofor realize this before suing Simon Ekpa? Then if he realized it, why did he progress to suing Simon Ekpa? And if he did not realize it, that means he does not really understand what he is doing. And if that be the case, that may be one of the reasons. Even after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had been acquitted, he cannot release him until now. Then, Ejiofor is ignorant of international law. That is what Simon Ekpa has let us know, that he is ignorant of international law. Had he been knowledgeable about international law, he wouldn't have sued him to Abuja court. And he gave some example that the right place he should sue him is in Finland. Because even if he has committed anything, he never committed it in Abuja, but in Biafra land. And so, rather than Abuja, he should be Biafra land, where he should sue him. These are points. He is ignorant. Ejiofor will do nothing against Simon Ekpa. Mama Patricia, take over the microphone. What is your take on this issue? Last time we talked about the Suyin. Now Simon Ekpa in defense of the Suyin. So is there the possibility of a Jofo defeating Simon Ekpa? And though the end will justify the means, we are watching to see the result. What is your take on these matters?
There is no result here to score with anybody, especially Nigeria. Ejiofor is a nationalist of Nigeria or advocate of the Nigerians. He's a Nigerian, and we are Biafran. So what scores and what time are we waiting for? We want our freedom. We want Biafra to be out of that zoo, that dungeon. That's all. And anybody that is working for Nigeria or promoting Nigeria, Mazi said they should go and come back in shame. So Ejiofor and his cohort should go and come back in shame. And they are not even coming back in the first place. Ejiofor and co, they don't know their onions. They don't know their rights. They know nothing. Even before this time, I knew it already. When Mazi was educating Biafrans, educating the whole world, and even telling the lawyers of that zoo, helping them on certain things that they should know and do. They know nothing. It's Mazi that is educating all of them. He has a university. We often hear him say, when you are coming, take your paper, take your pen. And then he will tell the Fulanis, take your chalk and slate or whatever to get wisdom from above, as our Mazi here said. We are Biafrans and we are struggling, fighting, agitating to come out from Nigeria. And Ejiofor is suing a Biafran in Nigerian court. Is the person living there? How is he going to come? Ejiofor want to kidnap him or bundle him or and bring him to Nigeria like they did Mazi. Is that how they want to do it? Rendition the Simon as well, and rendition all the freedom fighters that are in Biafra and outside. Okay, they will kill the ones in Biafra land. They will kill all of them, and then they will come and rendition everyone in overseas, so that we'll come there and they kill us. What are we going to score here? He has no match. Ejiofor has no match, no score. He has nothing to do. He is not winning it anywhere. So we're not waiting to see what will happen, how it will happen. Ejiofor has failed. Just like Nigeria has failed. Just like Buhari is dead. That's how all of them going after the zoo. They have all failed. They will not pass 1 mark. They're on a 0 mark. Let everyone hear it. So Simon is now the terrorist. And Ejiofor didn't see this one happening in Atenugu and go and sue them. What he's doing is affecting our struggle and affecting Mazi because he is really the cause of the unrest in Biafra land. Ejiofor and co with the DOS. How can you be an advocate for a Biafran and you are suing a Biafran in the same court with the same leader that is there, knowing what has kept him there? And you're suing his people or followers there. You think he don't know what he's doing? He knows. Caro White is the name they are calling him. Bleacher man. He knows nothing. Maybe his certificate, of course, not maybe, he bought it. Mazi called them intellectuals. Mazi called all of them intellectuals and told them to go and serve the zoo and come back in shame. Now shame is wrapping them like rapper. Thank you, please.
God bless you. God bless you, Mama Patricia. So you are not far from the truth. And this is part of the consequences, negative consequences of colonial education. You know, when people study in Nigeria, they will be called intellectuals, they will be called professors, they will be called attorneys, this and that. But they will end up having colonial education. They will be far from the reality. because the Nigerian education system is being controlled by the colonists. They set our exams. Then those that is Nigerian students only know what the colonists want them to know, and they never know the realities which are hidden from them by the colonists. And this is exactly what is playing out. And to our greatest surprise, Simon Ekpa had come to put things in order the way they should be. He said he is ready to face them only if they should sue him the right way and at the right place. And he said we'll fight them to a standstill. So let us watch as the ball rolls in the field. Then veteran, then continuing with this, he said Simon will sue Ejiofor in Biafra court. According to Simon, he said he will sue Ejiofor in Biafra court when Biafra comes. And that should be wonderful. How I wish I am a lawyer. I would love to handle that case, but I'm not a lawyer. But however, when the time comes, the needful will be done. So Simon Ekpa said he will sue Ejiofor in Biafra court when Biafra comes. Then another point, Ejiofor masterminded MNK's kidnap and the killing of ESN commanders. These are part of. Then another point, Ejiofor controls over 500 criminals at the back of a police station. 500 criminals, those who they use to assassinate and things like that. Though all these things, to me, I cannot just confirm all of them, but at least the issue of that suing is certain. Then Ejiofor conspired with Madubugo to kidnap Anambra Utility Commissioner. Then Ejiofor should sue Simon Ekpa in Finland. Simon Ekpa will fight Ejiofor and the Nigerian government to a standstill. Veteran, take over the microphone. Tell us your take on this. Then what Biafrans should know regarding what is playing out just before us.
Thank you very much.
God bless you, really good.
But it is not far from what we have said before. Our leader made it clear that the colonialists and any group that wants to enter into us or to destroy us will use us to do it. So that Ejiofor and the members of GOS and the politicians, even Iken Guruago, defending his brother, and all of them, it is the whole thing that our leader have said. The disgruntled fools with India Umunna meeting. You can see that IPOB, 80% of them did not understand what IPOB is for or what it is. So they thought it was simply Nzuko Munna, where you go and go para, you know, where you go and celebrate your end of year party, where you go and you know, use the movement money for your own interest and for the interest of those in the same clique with you. Where you sidetrack those that are not in agreement with the chain of command, the full chain and the command. So this is what they understand it to be. They didn't understand it as a movement for the liberation of a nation, where justice, equity, sincerity, passion, consistency has to be the rule. I once told my wife, I said, I love you and I live together with you. It's not because of this ring. The ring has nothing to do. It's only a symbol which I may respect or may not respect. So when the fool who calls himself Ugro, when I spoke with him, I told him oath has nothing to do. I choose to obey the oath or not to obey the oath. The important thing is, do I understand what I'm doing? Do I respect my identity? And am I passionate about what I'm doing? It's not the oath. The oath cannot move me to it. Because many people have taken the oath and they have disappeared. And they have turned around to fight the movement. So why are you defending oath and defending structure and defending chain of command? So it is because we call it meet no Munna. We take it as meet no Munna. Where every year we go and look for goat and kill. Where we invite ourselves for birthday parties or whatever. When you learn about on a choke,
no.
When you learn about you're not choke. Oh, who cost it?
Oh, we all know Abumon.
Oh, won't you do it? So you tell me these people are anywhere near freedom and liberation? No. This is why they are following Obi, because they don't understand what they are into. They don't even understand the reason of the oath they have taken. God told us, let your yes be yes, and let your no be no. That is the principle. And this is why our leader told us the key is consistency. Believe and hold onto your belief. So, my dear, if I Ejiofor and all his distractions cannot stop no election in Biafra land. Biafrans have decided with their leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that there will be no election in Biafra land. Punto e basta. So any other person talking about election in Biafra land, he is a saboteur, he's a traitor, he's a devil in our midst. If we can, Guru Agu is there, campaigning for Obi, and the China Samori is there. Hey, it is because of IPOB that that Obi is not being attacked by other people. Even though I am not, look at that stupidity, that foolishness of a braggart, that foolishness of an apple. You are not campaigning for. Well, how would you campaign for him again? He is your brother. Now he's your brother. But your leader have said, oh, you're black, Chineke boy forever. And you, China Samoru, who claim to be in the leadership. We're all criminal. That's who you are. If I know here, we program get but I know the so no shonyam. Each room and then me coordinator, me commander, Eastern Security, so that in your shahara sana, a course on. So, whatever the idiot has done, he should know that he has betrayed the whole thing about Mazen Namdekano. If I hear your voice, a betrayal of the confidence reposed on him by this singular act, you can now deduce all the things he has done in this movement. It is very clear. 1 + 1 = 2. With this action, you can trace his steps in this thing. How he had been conniving with leaders, politicians, the Fulani government, and so on. This is a clear evidence. So, what can I say? What will I say? This is a system the British has used, which they have advised the Fulanis, our arch enemies, to continue dividing us. Yeah, they've continued to divide us so as to destroy us. But this time. This time, we have overcome them. So, Biafrans, Bikono, the remnants, Bikono, Unangakwala, Ndaranti, Onyaina Nantiwo, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mono with us, mono with us. Onyaina Nanti. So, if I need your members of the DOS, Ngobla, because they are distractions. Our freedom is paramount. Our liberation is paramount. And that is what we are looking for. It has no price. BIAFRA is priceless. So let us be focused. No election in Biafra land. No Igbo presidency. I was going to ask Obi question, Atiku and so on, but it is unfortunate. Our time may not permit us. Thank you very much, dear friends.
God bless you, really good veteran. We are going to go into our memory verse of the day. And before that, Europeans attacked Arrow with 1,700 armed men. And the Corona line is a replicate of the same thing, using our own people to attacking our own people, destroying us. Britain gave colonial training to Zeke and his lights. Okpa Biaseka is a typical example. And the same Okpa Biaseka castigated Ojukwu, who was fighting vehemently to ensure that we Biafrans are liberated from the colonial power. And these are the things repeating among our people today. Those who are really fighting for the freedom are being fought against. Also, Britain wants fools to remain in power so that they will continue to exploit us with our resources, that is, substantial resources and our natural potentials, our human potentials, so that they continue to exploit us. That is the reason they make the fools our leaders. Just check it. When we talk about the colonists invaded, even until now we have known that they came to colonize us and they never really meant well for us. It is just playing just before us. Those leading us, what are they talking about? The liberation. They are the people, the Britain, the colonists. They produce many things to us. They produce these gadgets with which I am streaming this program. They produce the telephones we are using. They produce guns. They produce jet fighters. They produce many things. What do we produce? Nothing. We only collect from them and consume and to kill each other. And they keep succeeding because we have fools as our leaders. What the leaders do is only to hijack the military power, hijack the economic power, hijack the leadership power to protect the interests of the foreign colonies to the destruction of our own people. That is tales that played on during the colonial era, and the same thing are just being repeated in our presence. So while we blame the colonists, we also blame the dangerous people among us, and the most especially the moles who are in the positions of power. So, Mama Patricia, I believe you are ready. Go on to give us your memory verse of the day. Go on to give us your memory verse of the day. Your memory verse of the day.
Thank you so much. BIAFRA, we have come to the end of our interactive today, and we don't end it without giving us the word of the truth, which we have received from above, from Chukwu Okike Abiama. It's not far-fetched. It is within us. Every one of us has it. So the more you read it, the more you meditate on it, the more your lives are corrected. Our lives are corrected. So let's go as our leader does. I read for you. Prayers, taking us to the word. And it's this word that will destroy every evil foundation of the zoo and evil people among us, like the saboteurs. Let's go to Genesis 49 from verses 18 and 19. I
wait for your salvation, O Lord. God, a raiding troop shall raid him, but he shall raid at their heels and assault them victoriously.
Thank you, Brother Collins. Dear friends, today's word to take home, believe it and stand on it, is a word that shows you your originality, your identity, who you are. You are not a slave. You are not to be intimidated anymore. Mazi just finally, when he was making his word, he said that they cannot this time, re-echoing what our leader said, what the prophet of God said. And since we know that his word always comes to pass, he said Biafra will come. And this is where he got his word, from the word of God. I have waited for thy salvation. You know, all the time that these evil people started killing us. And our forefathers, the true Biafrans, those that their bloods were not mixed like Esau. They fought this evil beast back. And they were praying God to totally free them and their children. They have been waiting. Even some of them have gone, like our Ojukwu, blessed memory. He has gone with the rest. And the children are still here fighting for the same right that God gave them. So we have waited. They prayed. They have waited for the salvation of God for a long time. And finally, in verse 19, the word of God came to us, the Biafrans, the children of God. A troop shall overcome him. They did really overcome us all the time. They have been fighting us. From the time the British government, terrorists themselves, and their supporters, the allies, they really overcame us. That was why in 1967, we couldn't get through. And up till now, they continued softly killing us, without letting the world to know what they are doing. Today, they take 100. Tomorrow, they take 200. The next day, they take 500. Just little by little. The troop really overcame us. But now, since God sent Moses as he sent Moses to deliver Israel, now we shall overcome them. Because this is the last time that Moses said that Biafra is the last miracle on earth. Biafra is the last, as long as the word has gone out of the mouth of Moses, given to him by God. He said Biafra must come. It doesn't matter what anybody does. It doesn't matter what the saboteurs are doing, the DOS and co. It doesn't matter what the senators, the whole senators in Biafra land, the whole politicians in Biafra land, the whole governors in Biafra land, the whole chiefs and ezes, the whole Nollywood players, all these businessmen and women, all of them that rushes out to go and do election just to collect T-shirt and cups of rice, I don't know. Everyone that are withstanding, saboteurs, terrorists that are withstanding this, going for Soludo, going for P2B, when they have heard from the horse's mouth that we will not give them chance in Biafra land, all of them, we are not telling them we shall overcome them, because this is the last time and this is the last miracle that the world will see. So my remnants, those of you who believe in the prophet, as the Bible says, believe in the Lord, believe your God, and you shall be established. Believe on your prophet and you will prosper. That is this word now. The children of God, children of Biafran, the troop overcame us last years. But this last time, we will overcome them, because Biafra must come. With even a soul man, it will come. So we are not giving up. Don't give up hope where you are. Be like David in front of Goliath. Stand your ground. When you see the Fulani, don't go to talk to any police, because the police themselves are Fulani. They are terrorists in uniform or mufti. Don't go to talk to anybody. Cut him off and bury him down. That is as simple as that. You have to take your swords now and defend yourself. It's your right. Thank you, Biafrans. We'll meet next Sunday. But encourage yourself, because the promise has been given. Biafra must come, and it will come. Thank you. Hand over to you.
God bless you, really good. Great Biafrans and the world at large. At least we have paid the necessary price of the day by educating you as we educate ourselves, fighting alongside our leader, aiming at getting our freedom and restoring Biafra sovereignty. So may God bless you for paying us attention. Also share the video viral. Let those who do not know about this channel know about this channel. This is Ima Biafra TV, Treasury of Excellent Knowledge, via Facebook and the YouTube, where the truth is being spoken raw, without any mixture, without fear or without favor. And we really mean business, myself with my comrades. And we are about to say to you bye until we meet once again. So Biafran, Patricia, us wave to Biafrans.
Bye-bye. Till next Sunday, be strengthened and encouraged.
Again.